Hello? I hope you can hear me. Um, okay, good. Thank you very much. And thank you to the organizers. It's really a shame to me that I can't be with you today. I would love to be in the fund. So next slide, please. Okay, just to give you some overview of what the facility is looking to do. The Beyond the Grid Fund for Africa is a regional facility. We are working in 5 countries. We have around 90 million euros. This is slightly out of date. The figures hopefully will be updated. And yeah, so it's a facility which was initially launched by the government of Sweden, but current donors now include Denmark and Germany. And I'm very pleased to say that both Sweden and Denmark are participating in the Nordic Environment Finance Corporation, NEFCO. We are a green bank. We've been working with environmental and green growth projects for over 30 years, and we are the facility manager. The program is undertaken together with our colleagues at the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Partnership, REAP, and they are supporting us with implementation issues. And we work also with local entities. And yeah, if we go to the next slide, please. Okay, just to give you a flavor of what the BGFA hopes to achieve, we are really all about market creation. And Uganda is a very interesting market for this because we do have a number of off-grid actors here, and the market is developing rapidly. But what we want to do is to use public sector funding, in this case from Sweden and Denmark, to overcome some of the structural challenges in the market. We want to incentivize early stage startups and medium-term scale-up needs of energy service providers, and hopefully to create the conditions for long-term sustainability in financial terms, as well as environmental terms, of course, and commercial investment. And we are very much private sector driven. We're looking to support businesses, and we adopt a results-based financing approach. So the financing is deployed on a grant basis as so-called free equity across a number of projects, a multi-year project cycle. This is subject to rigorous monitoring and verification. So essentially, it's payment on performance. So when organizations, institutions, companies, when they achieve energy connections, they get paid in essence. So it's important to mention here that energy service providers are expected to generate and to demonstrate significant leverage. I noted this was mentioned by a speaker from the EU earlier on. Financing and leverage is a very key part of the Beyond the Grid Fund for Africa. And we want companies to contribute both their own contribution in terms of equity and own funds, but also to mobilize and crowd in co-funding from commercial and development financial sources, preferably from the private sector. So next slide, please. So the Beyond the Grid Fund for Africa is based essentially on 3 pillars. So the first really are incentives. So financial incentive, these are the payments that I talk about that are being made to companies to assist them in the rollout of their off-grid energy plans. And when we talk about procurement here, we're talking really about identifying these companies. And I will give you an update on where we are in Uganda at the end of this presentation. So we're looking at trying to mobilize funding for affordable, sustainable, clean, high-quality modern energy services, both solar home systems and mini-grids. And then we have also the platform for market change. This is an institutional support mechanism which we have employed very well in Zambia. So this is very much, we hope, to try to replicate this or to adapt this to the local conditions in Uganda. And here we're looking at supporting public and private engagement for exploring and overcoming market barriers and issues going forwards. So we look forward to working with many of the stakeholders in this room in terms of identifying and overcoming those barriers. And finally, market information and analytics. Data is increasingly important in this sector, and we look to deploy leading edge analytics to help verify, so monitoring and evaluation, and verify real-time evidence and market data. And this is very important, of course, in terms of the payments that we make to companies, but also in terms of the impacts that we monitor. And these are very important impacts for us, relate to emission reductions. So there's an important linkage to climate change, but also to important metrics for us. For example, gender issues around how many women are brought into the workforce, what sort of representation we have of women in the companies, and also in terms of leadership as well. So there's a number of different metrics that we hope to take forward. So to the next slide, please. And here I'd like to talk more about what we're currently doing in Uganda. I'm very pleased that we are able to present this. Uganda is a very interesting country for us. We see a lot of opportunity here. And actually, Uganda is, together with Zambia, our largest country program. And I'm very pleased that we have an opportunity to work here. It's really a shame for me that I'm not able to be with you today, but we've had a very good experience working with our Ugandan partners, and I look forward to visiting you all shortly. But what I'd like you to do is, if we move to the next slide, just to give you an overview of what we hope to achieve. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, we're looking to deploy around 20 million euros in financial incentives, but this doesn't include the technical assistance program that we have. So we're looking to mobilize a significant amount of funding. If I look at the funds that we raised in the BGFZ, which is the Zambian pilot, we had a mobilization of about 1 to 4. So I'm hoping that we will mobilize at least 80 million euros during the course of this work. So we have 3 funding lots, as we call them, in this country program. The first, lot 8, is around solar standalone home systems. We also include here additional incentives for productive use elements. And the idea here in this lot is to support what we call launch to scale. So these are local companies, local market actors, and to support them with sales and support in underserved regions. The BGFA really looks to target rural areas, and we would like to provide these incentives to companies to allow them to reach those areas. Again, these are standalone systems, so solar home systems, and you can see the type of ticket sizes that we're looking at. This is the contract sizes that we will take forward, and we expect hopefully to have around 3 to 5 contracts in this space. Lot 9 is focused on mini grids. It's a similar size window, and we hope to work together with the renewable energy authorities here to organize operationalize rather geographic clusters, and we're in discussion with through our partners at REAP with Ugandan authorities to try and make this a reality. We have a very interesting program at the moment for interest in Mozambique, which is also focused on mini grids, and we have a mini grid window in Liberia and Zambia also. So we're looking forward to working with you on this as well. And finally, lot 10 is also standalone systems, solar home systems that I indicated, but actually this is focused on direct to scale. So this is focused really on larger companies who can move in a sort of direct to scale manner. So we don't support them with other activities like technical assistance so much. We're really asking them to move directly to scale. Whereas in Lot 8, we're hopefully supporting companies with a number of technical assistance services. These are the distinguishing factors between the launch to scale and the direct to scale. And here we hope to achieve quite a lot of impact. And in terms of impact, I should also say that with the amount of funding that we're looking at here, we hope to bring energy access to around 3 million Ugandans. So that's really our sort of focus. If we move to the final slide, please. Okay, here we have the timeline. We've already been working in Uganda together with local partners to scope out the market. We've launched a pre-qualification stage. We have all the figures out there. We had a very large and strong interest in Uganda, which sort of underscores the attractiveness of the market. You know, we do believe that despite COVID, despite the sort of downturn globally, we do see a lot of interest from investors. So we're rather bullish on this. We have also now pre-qualified, and we're looking to launch the final application stage on this. This is happening right now. In fact, a number of companies have now been approached, and we look forward to receiving final applications from these companies hopefully in November of this year. So we are quite advanced on this. As I say, we've had a good response and we're very positive moving forwards. So the timeline from this point onwards is we hope, as I say, to receive the applications in November. In the quarter 1 of next year, we will undertake due diligence and we will select a number of final applicants for funding, and we will look to make first disbursements to these companies in quarter 2 of 2022. I would also add that there are a number of other activities we hope to undertake. We will be providing, hopefully, institutional support. We will provide a range of technical assistance support, particularly to those launch to scale companies. We will also have programs to support the gender agenda, if you will, and that will provide support to companies to develop gender action plans and to implement those plans going forwards. We also, I'm very pleased and proud to say that we will have a specific sub-program on skills development, and we'll hopefully be able to talk to you more about that once that is developed, but we hope to launch that also in quarter 2 of next year. And this will be a program to support solar home system suppliers, but also mini grids in a range of technical and business development and sales skills, which are much needed in this sector. Of course, job creation is the goal here, and the companies that we will support will be charged with that. But we also hope to and understand the need for skills development, and we know that there are a number of initiatives, and I'm very pleased to see that Eddie is on this panel here. And I'm sure, Eddie, you'll speak more about this. And I know you're very passionate about developing skills in this sector, and we are also. So we look forward to working with all our Ugandan partners to take this forward. I'm very pleased to see that I'm followed by a very competent panel of practitioners who have a lot of experience in this area. And I think, Joyce, you're an excellent speaker, and I'm sure you'll lead us through a very interesting debate. So thank you, one and all. Thank you also to the organizers for organizing this event. It's very timely, it's much appreciated, and we look forward to working with all of you. So So thank you so much.